we received great news that we're the Sunday Times Institute of the Year for 2020. This is the second time in 3 years that we've been named the Institute of Technology of the Year, and it's a great reflection on our staff and our students here in the Irish Midlands. This accolade on the cusp of our 50th anniversary reinforces our commitment to the region, but also shows how we're perceived nationally and internationally. As we are now on the verge of becoming Ireland's next technological university, to be endorsed again by the Sunday Times as the Institute of the Year really plays very well at this pivotal time in our history and our development as the next technological university in Ireland. I want to thank and acknowledge the great work that our staff do in our community and indeed our students. And this accolade really reflects on them and their contribution that they're making day and daily to our students and to our region and our community here in the Irish Midlands. This augurs really well for us and for the new technological university that we will be creating in the coming year. Gurmila Morgan.
Hey, hi, good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing this afternoon? Hope that you are well today. My name is Jeffrey. I am the moderator for this show. As well, I am also the co-founder for JS Study Solutions and Study Hub Student Advisory. Now, we're going to have our program starting very, very soon. Okay, today we'll be talking on this series on Global Reach. Global Reach is a program initiated by our companies where we want to bring to you a country that very interesting. It's called Ireland. This afternoon, it's a country that is an emerging market for education, a destination. And I'm going to speak specifically with this university, which is called Athlone Institute of Technology. Sit back. It will be about an hour show. Okay, we will encourage you to just sit back. We're going to bring you a lot of programs. We're going to talk to you about Ireland. We'll talk to you about the university. We're going to talk to you some students who has graduated from Athlone, and they'll be coming up on screen as well. Now, do me a favor, can you? Just before we start, now this is where you can do what you can do for us. Facebook, where you are right now, whether you are in JS Study or you're in Study Hub Facebook, like it. Can you please like it? Thank you very much. Share this video out. It's live streaming now. Share out this video. I'm quite sure that many parents, many of your associates, your friends would want to know the opportunity about this country in Ireland and the university that we will be introducing to you very, very soon. Okay, so like it, share it, and don't forget, as the show is ongoing, please put in your comments. Okay, there's a box there. Put in a comment, and any one of us here will get back to you at time to time. Some of the questions may be answered just right before the show ends. Can you? Okay, so I will not take much of time now because we have a lot of things to cover this afternoon. So let me just introduce to you our friends from Athlone. Can we bring them up on the screen?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Carl. How are you?
Hi, Jeff. Nice to see you. You're looking very fresh and well today.
You too, Carl. By the way, Carl is not in Malaysia. Carl is actually in Ireland now. Just for your information, those who are thinking, where is Carl? Why is he wearing a sweater? Okay, he's in Ireland, and let me just introduce him to you all. Carl is a good friend of mine. I've known him for many years now. He is the Deputy Director of International Relations, and he has been coming to Malaysia for a lot of times now to do marketing, to do branding, and he has represented Athlone for all this while. And I will let Carl say a few words. Yeah, Carl, come.
Thanks very much, Jeff. So my name is Carl Turley. I'm the Deputy Director, as Jeffrey said, of Athlone Institute of Technology, the international office. So I am wearing a sweater today, but the only reason is because I have my logo. It's not actually... It's not cold in Ireland today. It's actually the sun is out and lovely blue skies today. So we're quite blessed. So as Jeffrey said, we're great friends for almost 10 years now, Jeffrey. So I've been coming back and forth to Malaysia for work very often, but I also go to Malaysia on my holidays. I've been all around Malaysia. I've dived in Sipadan. I've climbed KK. I've done a lot in Malaysia. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. Beautiful food, beautiful, friendly people. And we have a lovely, I suppose, Malaysian population in Athlone Institute of Technology. So we have approximately 60 Malaysian students, right from our year one of our undergraduate up to the final year, and actually some doing masters by research and taught masters, and also PhD. So I won't speak too long because I know it's an hour session. We have a lot to get through, but I'm joined by my colleague, Kenya Byong. KY is based in Kuala Lumpur, works for AIT, is an AIT graduate, so he can share a story. But we're delighted to be joined today as well by Chen Ling, a fellow Chonghua School graduate. There's KY and Chen Ling from Sarawak. So Chen Ling has also graduated from AIT and will share her experience later on today. But I'd like to thank Jeffrey and JS Study Solutions and Young Jing as well, Study Hub Student Advisory, for this opportunity to promote, I suppose, and to make some of you aware of the option of Ireland. Not everyone is aware of Ireland, but we have a world-class education system, very affordable tuition fees if you compare to other countries such as UK, Australia, America, and we have a broad range of programs. In Malaysia, we were famous for decades for medicine. So many students come from Malaysia to study medicine. So lots of doctors from Malaysia have graduated with their medicine doctorate degree in Ireland. But we have a broad range, and KY will go through from business, engineering, science, hospitality. So we cover everything. But the number one reason I would think would be for students and for parents listening is Ireland is a very, very safe country. We are one of the safest countries in the world. Our police, our force, which are called Garda Síochána, do not carry guns. We have a very small country, so from Dublin, the capital, to our town is about an hour and a half. So it's very, very small, very compact. The people are friendly, very, very safe. So that's a big thing for you as a student when you send your son or daughter abroad, or your son or daughter wants to go abroad. The big thing is, for me as a father now, is safety. And you're getting a world-class education and lots of global opportunities, and KY will go through them. But I'd like to thank Jeffrey again and Shelley for the opportunity this morning, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you later as well. Thank you.
Right, we will bring Carl to the back. He will be coming back in a very short while to share with us a little bit more about the current situation of the pandemic, how they are overcoming this situation. But now we're going to invite KY up on the screen again. KY!
Hi,
the last time the last time I met KY, well, I remember that he was still a student and he was going to Athlone. I remember I met you in KL, and now he has already graduated. Now, in fact, not that he has graduated, it's an honor that he's working with the university that he has graduated from, and he's representing Athlone in Malaysia. So I'm going to pass the time to KY. He will be speaking to you as a staff of AIT, also as a student who has graduated from Ireland. KY, take it over. I'll see you in a while.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Again, thank you, Jeffrey and Study Hub for organizing today. So my name is Kenya, and people call me KY because it's hard to pronounce anyway. Today I'm going to show you who is AIT, who we are, how we are one of the top institutions in Ireland, what kind of life in Ireland, and why I personally I experienced that, and I think it's good to further study in Ireland and particularly in AIT. So in the middle, if you think I'm too fast, just leave a comment to slow me down. And any questions, just drop the comments and we will answer it at the end.
Yep.
So I will now share the screen of the presentation. So 1 minute. Yeah.
All right, that's it. Good.
Yeah, so you all can see the screen now?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, so today we are gonna covering a lot of different things. So that again, it's a very good opportunity that I know from a Malaysian point of view, some of the students might say it's hard to get connected to the universities, and now we are doing, because we do care for our students. And personally, my experience, I graduated from Chonghua KL, the Chonghua Independent High School. I went through UEC. I believe some of you viewers here are my juniors. So finished straight away, I went to AIT for my degree, 3 years, and I completed my Bachelor of Accounting. And then now I'm working for AIT, but I'm based in KL, and I travel to every part of Southeast Asia to help students. So if you like our presentation today, if you want to know more about AIT, just drop me a message or drop Jeffrey or Study Hub message, and then we can meet up and go more further in. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, we are gonna cover a lot of different things today. Introduction to Ireland and AIT, what we have in our campus, facilities, services, accommodation, flights. So yeah, we do cover everything so that the students come here with a full, comfortable and go to class and, have a good class and then, get their degree at the end. So before we end today, we still have some COVID-19 responses that how we take care of our students. And don't be worried that you are there and you are alone and you are not covered by the health system. So no worries. Moving on, we are ready to take care of you. And yeah, so for some of you that you might not know where is Ireland, Ireland is still in EU, European Union, not belong to the UK. As you can see on the map, UK is not the part of EU now, and the green on the map is still under EU. So yeah. So this is Ireland, and there's no visas required. It's a very, very big benefit for us as a Malaysian. We don't need a visa to go to Ireland. If you just buy a ticket here today, you can fly tonight. And the degree there, because we are under government, so it's global recognition. No matter where you go to, you can get the jobs. No matter, as long as you graduated from government university, just like us, AIT, you can go to everywhere and get a good jobs. It's global recognized. And we use euro. That is one of the very important reasons that we are a very affordable option compared to just like Karen mentioned just now, compared to Australia, America, UK. We are the most affordable English-speaking country in the world. So if you want to go to Europe and you are not good in learning a new language, Ireland is a very good choice. So again, Ireland has just less than 5 million populations. That means there are a lot of job opportunity for us as a foreign students, and Ireland loves to have us to work for them. So we all, like not all, like a lot of Malaysians, they want to work there, they go there and studies, and then they ended up there for years and years to work there. Just like myself, I'm now working for Ireland, and yeah, I am going to stay there for long. And moving on, of course, you are coming to a university's life now. So our syllabus is one of the top in the world. We are well known for our educations. And yeah, a lot of courses, we have our placement. So we call internship in Malaysia. So that's what we really emphasize, in that students have a good experience before they graduated, and then they can get good jobs after that. And yeah, moving on, I'll go in deep in every point here later, so don't worry. We can work part-time there as a student. You can work part-time there to support your own living. Just if you are worried about, it's very expensive in euro, because 1 euro is equal to around 5 RM, but it's very, very affordable life over there. You can work part-time there. If you want to work part-time there, your parents don't have to worry about your living expenses. You can cover everything by your own. Just working a little bit, around 20 hours a week. That's more than enough. So moving on, as you can see, PSW visa is stand for post-study working visa. So as I mentioned just now, after we graduated, post-study, we want to work there. We have these visas for us to stay there. So we are legal workforce over there. And again, why Ireland? I believe all of you know the companies here: Twitter, HP, LinkedIn, Facebook. a lot of different IT huge companies or financial companies, or particularly you all know Ireland is well known for medicines. A lot of pharmaceutical companies here. So Ireland is home to many leading global companies that these companies have their headquarters for Europe in Ireland. So it's another big opportunity for you as students to graduate here and get a good job over here. So yeah, it's just a very good environment for students to study. So yeah, moving on, as Carl just now mentioned, that it's a fun fact, but it's true to describe how Ireland is safe, because our Garda, so Garda means police in Ireland, they don't carry guns. So it's really very safe in Ireland. And if you go on Google today to check how safe is Ireland, how friendly is Ireland, you can see we are very well known on it. So this is just a few months ago, UN reported Ireland ranks among the best country in the world for quality of life. So it's a third in the world suitable for students, for any human beings to stay there. So it's a very good environment over there. So moving on, we are doing a brief introduction to us. So Athlone Institute of Technology, we are in Athlone Town. Athlone Town is in the middle, as you can see in our map. So we are in the middle, and you can see Dublin, Galway, Limerick, Cork. They are the big cities in Ireland. But we at Athlone, we are in the middle of them. So we are very well developed, but at the same time, students pay such lower living costs in Athlone compared to Dublin and Galway. Yeah. So AIT, we established 50 years ago. 1970, and currently we have more than 6,000 students, which 15% of them are from more than 65 countries. So it's a very big diversified community that you can learn a lot of different things in there. You learn how to talk to people, you learn languages, you know new friends. Yeah, that's a very important thing when you are in university's life. So it's not just like go to class and go back home to sleep. So yeah, we have a really high employment rate, that 95% of students that get jobs or they further study just after the graduation. So yeah, so moving on, we are the first in ISSE. It's a survey for students that students is very satisfied to come to AIT for their classes, for the life in there. They like to go to class, they like to go to events, they like to go to societies, and they get good jobs after. So we are the first in this survey for 6 years in a row. Moving on, we are the top 25 performing universities in the world for research. And again, we are Institute of Technology of the Year, as you might can see the logo here. I don't know, here or here. So we are the IT of the Year in Ireland, the top IT for 2 times in 3 years. And again, we are going to be, we do have a lot of good results, and you can see above, and we are going to turn into TU, Technological University status. So the institute has enjoyed considerable success in recent years. So we are going to be in TU status, and this has received tremendous support from the government and local community. It's expected to be transformational for the Midland region and provide a very good experience for our new students. And again, like I mentioned just now, all of our courses have a very good placement for students. So students get a really good academic experience here, and they go for placement and they get a good jobs over here. Yep, and this is what you saw just now at the top corner there. We got a very good results for these 2 years. And now let's get into the point that how is AIT? So this is briefly the map of AIT that you can see. From one side to another side is just 15 minutes walk. It's not too big and not too small, but you can get everything in there, entirely everything. So you don't have to travel to everywhere. You don't have to worry that, is Athlone is a very small kampong or not. But so Athlone is a not very big and not very small town. You can get everything in there. Even in the campus, you have bank in there. So, and also your accommodation is just next to the campus. So basically you stay here, you study here, and you go to banks, you go to groceries here. Everything is just within walking distance. So it's a very good environment for students comfortably go there and studies and live your life over there. Very good. And moving on, you might be thinking like what course you have. Like Carl mentioned just now, there are a lot of courses that is well known in Malaysia. Like I heard of a lot of my friends or my juniors saying that I want to study business, accounting, psychology, or sciences, vetness, engineering, mechanical engineering, IT course. You want to study AI, VR. Those are the top trend courses. We have all those with us. So we have 4 major faculties that we have: business and hospitality, engineering and IT, sciences and health science and sports science as well, and also continuing studies. So you can find almost all the subjects in here that might suit you. So I don't really have a much time to go through each of the course now here today, but I can give you some example. Like if you are going to study IT, or you want to go to study business, you have a 3rd year opportunity to go for placement. So you go for 1st and 2nd year for theory classes, and then you go for placement. You work around 3 months to 6 or 8 months, and then you go back to the final year, and then you finish your dissertations, your thesis, and then you finish the course, and then you graduate after 4 years. So it's a very, very well-structured course that students learn syllabus, learn theory, and go to placement in the 3rd year. So yeah, if you like to have the list of programs, of course, we can send it to you. Just drop the comments here and we will send it to you straight away. So for me, always, as I mentioned just now, I am a Malaysian. I experienced 3 years there in Ireland. And what very important for me, based on my experience, is college life, the life you have rather than the syllabus. Of course, we are very good in syllabus, but life is what makes you very, very good. So moving on, AIT has a very, very wide variety of facilities and services. I would rather call them student support instead of, because as students there years back, I really, really enjoyed. I utilized the facility to its fullest. All of them are free of charge. And instead of finishing your classes and go home to play games or to watch dramas, I know a lot of Malaysians, boys play games and girls watch drama. So join the writing center. Join the writing center to have your assignment preparations, have your essay writing guidance, look for tutors if you need it. And like I took it like tuitions, like it's a free tuitions. I went to tutors at least once every week. So, and at least 4 English classes every week, as they emphasize in different aspects like speaking, reading, listening, and writing. So it helps me very much from being a 读中生. I was very, very bad in English, and days goes by and you get more comfortable, and you dare to speak. You are not afraid of making mistakes. Yeah, that's what you grow in you, and that's what you make yourself a very good quality graduate and get a good job after. So it helped me really, really much in such very, very student-friendly environment. So career office, again, is another good place to help you to prepare your resume, or we call CVs, and organize a lot of job fairs to assist you to get graduate jobs successfully, and make sure you knock their office door and ask help for them. Yeah, they are very, very friendly, and they just take care of your CVs and help you to edit and suit your positions that you are going to apply. So again, moving on, we have a very well equipped campus that we have a very, very high quality lecture hall, and gym, of course, is on campus. So like I say, almost everything is on campus. And as you can see here, we have a very, very good Olympic standard sports arena and a FIFA standard football pitches. Student union is another good place for students to go. Like students, like Malaysians, we don't really go, but of course, if you want to go, you can just go. It's a very good space for students to chill out. Like if you have a half-hour break or 1 hour break, students don't want to go home. They just go there and take a rest, and then they go back to class. And again, student union, they are speaking out for students really, really well. Like if students are paying high fees for materials or anything, they are going for students. They are speaking up for students. So it's a really, really good environment for students over there. So again, we have chaplain on campus that one of the big thing for students, like he does a lot of supporting for students that students meet hard situation, like if you are having troubles in your class, or you find it hard to go with your housemates, you can just go to talk to him. He'll sort it out for you, and he do food drops. So like the supermarket there in Ireland is very, very kind, that they don't waste the food. If they cannot sell the food in a certain period of time, they give us for free, and our chaplain Father Shay, they drop the food for the students for free. So again, we have a very, very good counseling office that students, if you are undergoing homesick, feel free to go to counseling department or go to your friend and talk. Like as a Malaysian, I know really it's 7 hours different from Ireland and Malaysia. So you might feel that I want to talk to my daddy, mommy, but they are sleeping now. Or if they want to talk to me and I'm in class now. So I understand the hard situation. So just make time and talk to each other, talk to your friends, go to some events, so that you don't have such a really strong homesick feel. And counseling office is one of the best place to go. Just go there and talk. And again, international office, like where Kara and I are based in, and we are supporting our students really, like we try our best to suit everything students want. So students' benefit is always first priority for us. So just knock on the door, say, I need this, I need that, I need the letter from, support me to go to government department to have a card or anything. Just knock on the door and we'll help you. And again, we have actually currently a WhatsApp group for students who apply to go into AIT, that we have this kind of WhatsApp group that we telling you the informations and updates on the situation over there, and you can talk to seniors in the WhatsApp group. So more clear and insights of how the life over there as a student, as an international students, you won't be, setting aside, you won't be like, oh, you're international students, you are not belong to us. No, Ireland is a very, very, very friendly country. So like one of the things that surprised me actually when I first went there, my first year there, when I'm walking on the road, those people, those Angmo, they don't really know me, and they say, hi, how are you? Do you enjoy Ireland? And Ireland is always raining. I hope you love here. It's really, really friendly. I feel warm. And yeah, those are some of the pictures that I mentioned just now, our student union on the top and our football pitches. So feel free to join the football team or anything. Yeah. So it's a very, very good students life over there. And yeah, we always support our students that I mentioned just now. We have a lot of different services, tutors, academic writing. We have peers mentors when you are first year over there. And we have a student assistance fund as well. So again, our international office is very, very approachable and friendly. Just, talk to us what you want, and we will try our best to help you. So again, as a Malaysian, I know how worried you are to, fly around 15 hours to reach Ireland. And we will make sure that we send you off in the airport KLIA, and then we will have somebody to fly with you, either myself or our staff. And then we will make sure that, you are safe on plane. As for your information, airlines doing great jobs in sanitizing their flights. And they do sanitizer sprays after all the passengers boarding. So also social distancing is expected in few months time, even you are on plane. So don't worry about the plane. Just wear a mask and sanitize your hand all the time. Don't take off your mask except you are eating. So again, when you are there, we do free airport pickups. So like me, myself, I'll be there. I will pick up you. Like throughout the few years back, I pick up students every year from the airport. That is all free from the airport, and SIM card is prepared for you on the spot in the airport. So once you landed in the airport, you can straight away contact your parents. I understand that some of the parents that they are very worried that their student, their children is going through 15 hours to 20 hours and no news at all. So as long as you get a SIM card, you can contact your parents straight away. And straight after you get back to student accommodations, we will, get you in your rooms. No matter what kind of things that you want to change your bed sheet, change your kitchen, change your pot, anything, just, talk to the management office and you can get it changed to a new one. So at the same day, or the next day, depends on the time of the flights that you arrive there, we will straight away bring you on campus to do student ID and bank account registration. So everything is settled, and we'll bring you around for campus tour and also the town tour. So Athlone town is not a very big and not a very small. That's a few kilometers. So you easily lost your way back home. So, but that's why we are organizing those, town tours and tell you where you should go for groceries, where you should go for, jogging or a church or anything. Yeah. So also we will tell you where can you find lubangs, like where can you find cheap Milo to buy. I know some of the students, they drink Milo, but they cannot find Milo over there. But there are 2 places in Athlone selling Milo or Milo. Okay, so a lot of lubangs that you are in a new environments that seniors will guide you. And of course, because of the COVID-19 now, we don't have a really big orientation that we usually do, but we still do a small orientation done by your seniors. So Malaysians, your seniors will be here, and since they pick you up from the airport and they will bring you all around and do an orientation with you, teach you how to go shopping, groceries, and teach you how to cook. I believe a lot of Malaysian students now, youngsters now, they don't learn cooking when they were at home. Even like myself, I cook Maggi mee only. So yeah, it's a very good environment for students there and learn how to be independent. And of course, you'll be expecting to self-quarantine for 14 days once you landed in Athlone. So that's what we are doing, everything to ensure your safety when you are there. So we are not like I know some of you might be worried that I fly there and nobody take care of me. I'm very, lonely. I feel really nervous and things. No, we take care of everything for you. So anything that I might miss, you can leave in the comment and tell me that you need that kind of take care, so we can do everything for you. So this is based on my own experience. I give you a really rough budget, that how much you spend for house sharing, or you live in student accommodation with the universities. So do house sharing, you pay a lower rent, but you pay the heat and electricity separately. So roughly we use around 20 euros for a week for food and drinks, for everything, food and drinks. So you go to grocery shopping, you buy whole chicken is like 3 euro, and you buy like vegetables is like 80 cents, 60 cents, just less than 1 euro. So that's why you can only spend 20 euros a week for very, very good meals. Because myself, like I'm Chinese, and I believe that most of the Chinese, they drink soup, they need to have chicken and vegetables. So every meal I have is like a soup and chicken, vegetables. So you can live that way even though you are in Europe. You are paying euro, but you are paying much lower than you are in Malaysia, because I know that in Malaysia, 20 euro is equal to 100 ringgit Malaysia, and easily gone in 1 day in Malaysia. So it's very, very hard to believe that you can spend that for a whole week. Yeah, so I believe Chen-Ling will go into more deeper to the students' life later. So moving on, that's what I mentioned just now. We have a lot of different club and societies on our campus that you can really, join them without any fees payment. You can just join and join the activities over there. Because like when I was there, I joined Asian societies, I joined Chinese societies, I joined international societies, I joined Christian Union, I joined board game, I joined movie societies, I joined a lot of different societies. We have a lot of different societies that are very interesting that you can really go and try out. And just last month, if I'm not mistaken, last month, one of the Malaysians just nominated to be the best outstanding members in archery societies, that she went there and learned archery over there, and she's the best performing members now. So you can learn, a lot of new skills over there, and very, very importantly, you know a lot of friends in there in more than 60 countries. So that's a very, very good environment for you to grow in yourself, other than just go to class and go back home. That's not encouraged. And yeah, accommodations is of course one of the big thing. So as I showed you just now in the map, you just stay next to the campus, and just 2 minutes walking distance, just go through a road. And it's a very, very low capacity, each apartment, that is our social distancing. So it's like 2 to 4 students in one apartment. So you can choose whether you want to be in single or in doubles or in single ensuites, or any kind of room that you can make a choice. So be early, so you have more choices left. And because of the pandemic now, some of the providers, they are reducing their deposits for more than 50%. So it's a very, very good timing for students to go. And also the rental can be paid in installment. And yeah, those are some of the example pictures of our student accommodation over there. And like I mentioned just now, we are in the middle of the big cities, but we are very, very well developed. And students can get a really, really good jobs in here in Athlone. And most importantly, people pay a much, much lower accommodations compared to big cities. And yeah, we will be having our classes semester normally in the early of September, but because of the pandemic, we are having a slight delay. So we are still having classes in September, but slight delay to the later September. And normally our semester schedule is from September to May. So the first semester is September to December, and then you have 3 weeks of Christmas break, and you go back to class in second week of January, and then you go to class until around April, and then you have Easter break, and then you have your final exams in May, and then you have your summer holiday. So it's very flexible and enjoy. And as usual, you have your graduation in October. And of course, you might be thinking of like, this is very, hard situation here. And as a Malaysian, we can't even go out now. Go through the other states. You can go out now. But social distancing is one of the biggest topic that we'll be working now, that students come to the class. If the class is more than 20 students, we will be separating it into 2 or more classes. So one class is only limited to 20 students, and they will be seated apart. So no sitting close to each other. If you see some lang loi lang zai, you want to sit with them, you can only sit behind of them, so that you can see them. You can't really sit just beside. Okay. So I think moving on, we welcome Carl to explain slightly about how is the COVID-19 responses we are doing now to ensure your safety there. Carl.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, KY. That was very informative. I'm sure a lot of students, parents, people listening there on Facebook Live are more interested in Ireland, realizing that the strengths that we have, and in Athlone Institute of Technology and AIT, and the fact that we are the #1 Institute of Technology in the country, and all of the programs that you've outlined, KY, as well. So as a country, Ireland, we've done very comprehensively with the battle against COVID. Currently, you might go to the next slide, KY.
Yep.
So currently there are 20,000 plus cases with 86% recovery rate. So in the last 7 days, we've had a very low base. So basically, it's been the lowest recorded since March. So we have had a very, I suppose, a cautious approach to it. There's been huge sacrifices made by the Irish people and by companies and businesses. The institutes now and the higher education institutes in Ireland are all closed, but we have had fantastic online learning, and we finished out all of our programs through assessments and online examinations. So our current students have just completed all of their final semester 2, so they're their last semester in their year, and we are currently correcting all of these assignments, examinations, and their results will be issued in June. A lot of our international students stayed in Athlone. I think almost 80% of our students, international students, stayed because of as it being very safe place, and they found it safer than traveling, taking the risk to travel home, and then in some of their home countries, the COVID was a little bit more, I suppose, dangerous. So we have seen most of our cases in our capital city and in Athlone itself, bordered by County Roscommon, which is one of the lowest cases. It's a safer place to be. So some of the measures that we've taken as an institute, as I said, all of the higher education institutes, universities have been closed in Ireland since early March. But we have taken a lot of different approaches. So we have, I suppose, changed our start dates to reflect this. For year ones, we're looking at a start date of the 25th of September. Subsequent years 2 to 4 is this middle of September, around the 12th to 14th. And in masters, normally is the start of September. We've pushed out that start date to the 5th of October. For students from Malaysia, you don't need a visa, so that's a fantastic thing. You don't have to worry about applying for a visa, so you can get that, and you should be able to arrive. In Ireland, we're looking for all international travelers to, whether you're a student or business, to have a self-quarantine for 14 days. So closer to your arrival time, we'll have more information on that, but we are scenario planning for that for you. The Irish government have been very proactive with their approach to this, and they've done so many things very, very quickly, and Education in Ireland have done fantastic work on this. So we have approved a new English test because some of the IELTS and TOEFL centres have been closed, so we've accepted another English examination called the Duolingo. This is an online test that will be accepted for this academic year. In AIT, we've done some fantastic measures. We have a very active president. The director of the office, Miss Mary Simpson, is very proactive as well. And we have introduced a new deferral and refund policy due to COVID. So we are a government-funded institute. So we do not want to take your tuition fee, and if you cannot arrive for any reason due to COVID, we keep the money or keep the fee. That will not happen. We will have a very flexible approach, very case by case as well, but our refund policy is there in place to protect you. So if you do pay a deposit or your tuition fee, and for any reason due to COVID you can't arrive, so say for example there are no flights from Malaysia, or you cannot fly into Ireland, we're not accepting any international flights or something like that. We don't know. We cannot predict the future, but we're in a good place now with COVID, and we seem to be getting it under control. But we have put this in place for you as a student, the deferral and refund policy. So that's something to reassure you. A lot of our international students have paid their full fee. A lot have paid their deposit and are paying their full fee in the coming weeks. But we have extended our payment dates. Normally we'd be a bit stricter, and we have extended the deposit and tuition fee payments. As I said, the deferral, the full refund. So we look for students, if you've already applied and you're looking to defer or refund, you can contact us at the end of August, the 24th of August to the 5th of October, because we want to see how things pan out and for the reasons. But also to let you know, we are open for more applications. So our office is working. We're working from home. So all Irish higher education institutes, as I said, are closed just for now, but we are actively working from home, working harder than ever. We're on more Zooms and more Facebook Live sessions than we've ever been before. We've had to embrace technology, but we can accept students for September, October start dates in 2020. So some of you might be worried that you haven't finished your degree, or you're waiting on the transcripts or examination results, don't worry. We can look at this all on a case-by-case basis. And we have great help with Jeffrey and Shelley there, and Young Jing as well, to assist you all with your applications to AIT and to other institutes in Ireland. So to let you know, all of the higher education institutes, we are open, and we're very actively I suppose recruiting as well for this intake. So can we go to the next slide, KY? So safety assurance. So everything that we do in AIT is around the forefront of safety, the health and safety of students and our staff. So this is something the Irish government have been very good at. We've been very proactive with our approach to the COVID-19 rather than reactive, and we are in a better place now than we imagined. So students' safety is number one for me as the Deputy Director of the International Office and our institute. So insurance, you need to have mandatory health insurance as a student. You need to have this purchased before you arrive. We can give you information on this. We can give you a list of some providers, and then you can also do your own research. So we do not recommend any one provider. There are a lot of different options in Ireland for you, but we can give you share some advice for you. To let you know, if you are go to Ireland and for any reason you unfortunate enough to get COVID, the public health system, our health system covers all COVID cases, whether you're from Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Ireland, wherever. So you are fully covered. And then we have been doing fantastic work. Our applied technology, the APT Gateway, the Applied Polymer Technology Gateway, the Bioscience Research Institute, and all of our academic staff and admin staff have been doing fantastic work with the fight against this COVID-19. So we've done some fantastic research against it, and also over 200 of our staff have volunteered to help with the COVID. So this is a fantastic testament to the Irish people and all of our staff, all of our international staff, and all of our postdoctoral researchers and our research students, the fact that they're giving up all of their time to help with this, with contact tracing and so on, and some research as well. So just want to finish up on that to let you know we are doing very well as a country. As I said, we've 86% recovery rate. The last 7 days we have seemed to flatten the curve, as they call it. So in Ireland, we haven't seen as low figures of new cases and mortalities as in early March. So we're doing very well. And just to let you know that if you go to Ireland, if you pick Athlone Institute of Technology, we do care for you. So for me, I'm 10 years doing this job. I'm an AIT graduate, so I'm very, very biased, I have to say. But as an institute, we care about the students. Every student has a name. We don't look at you as a number. You will get to know all of the lecturers on a personal basis. And we have so much support structure there for you, from our extra English to the academic writing centre, to the counselling, to the students' union, the chaplain. And this is why we have been voted #1 institute, university, higher education institute in Ireland for 6 years in a row for the student satisfaction. This is a survey the students complete themselves, and we've one of the highest completion rates of this survey as well. And for 6 years in a row, we have won the highest student satisfaction. And this is because of all the support structures that are there. So I'm the Deputy Director, but I look after all of the Malaysian students. So any problem, any issue with anything, you email me. You'll have my WhatsApp number, Facebook. So it's a very interpersonal connection with AIT, and we really, really care for you. So I'm going to pass you back on to KY, and more importantly, we need to hear from Chen Ling. So KY, if you can summarize very quickly, just maybe go back to finish with the employment would be good, KY, because I know Chin Leng, we need to hear from her as well. Thank you very much, and have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, so thank you, Carl, for sharing. So I'll summarize it very fast, and then we have our students sharing. And like Carl mentioned, like myself, I study in AIT, so I really, if I'm not thinking that it's a good environment, I won't be here to share students. So Ireland and AIT, we do a very fast and good response in COVID-19. So like some of the students, they asked me before, like if I have an insurance here, can I don't buy insurance in Ireland? So you have to contact your insurance provider if your insurance is recognized in Ireland. So that's one of the questions that you might ask me later. And just for information, that Ireland is going through a 5 phases COVID-19 relief of the restriction movement. Just it's not like us say we are going to extend for another month and then we have all freedom. But no, they are in the second phase right now. No, in the first phase moving into second phase of 5 phases. So it's a very good way, a very good measure to have something by something, not like all together. So again, like Carl mentioned just now, you have a very personal relationship with lecturers, and you can see here we have a really high practical and real life example teaching that the lecturer can call you by your name. Like even if you are in a class with 20, 30 students, the lecturer knows you in person, and lecturer know where you are good at and where you are bad at. Really, like my lecturer say, you don't know this last time, have you figured it out, or things like that. Yeah, so we do care for you. And yeah, as Carl mentioned, we have one of the top institutions, and we are very strong in research. And as you can see, our more than 200 research institutes, 200 staff, some of them from Bioscience Research Institute, they are joining the front line to fight against COVID-19, and we are very good in this now. So it's a very high what I should say, a very good environment that you will be very alert of COVID-19 circumstances. So we are ready to take care of you, and I'm going to pass on to Chen Ling to share. So I am stopping my slideshows here. Yeah.
All right. KY, thank you very much. I'm going to give you a short break. I'm going to call you back in a while. I want to actually bring Channing up. Channing is already up. By the way, just before we get Channing start to talk, I know that Daniel, you're asking for scholarship. Cheesy Wong, you have got some questions there. Hang on for a while, guys. We will come back to you right after we have done our session with Channing, and we'll come back to you. Don't go off. Just hang on there. Yeah, we'll give you the answers in a very short while. Okay, Channing. Now, Channing, I got something to share with you all first about this gentle girl. This is a testimony that I must say. For many of you, you may have known Jess for a while. You may not have known us, but I want to share with you all. Channing was our first student that we actually sent to Ireland, and we sent to Athlone. It was our first student. That was in year 2014. That's right, Channing? 2014, about 6 years back, and she was our first graduate. We are very proud of her. She's back now in Malaysia, obviously. She's not in Ireland. And so she will be sharing with you all in a perspective of a student who has gone abroad to study, who has gone to Ireland, who has gone to Athlone. And she will be sharing with you in the next few minutes about her experiences and whatever not. So I asked her to just introduce herself to you all first. I'll just ask her some questions as we go along. Channing.
Okay, thank you, Jeff, for having me today to share my experience. Yeah? Okay, so hi everyone who is on the line. My name is Chen Ling, and I graduated from AIT with an honors degree in business psychology. So now I'm currently working in Sangari Motors as an executive in HR. So yeah, studying in Ireland is actually quite, I really miss studying there, and I really miss my studying life in AIT and in Athlone. So I didn't really want to study abroad at first. So because we have never been leaving our parents, leaving our family for so long, and Ireland is like the other side of the world. So it's so far.
Wow.
Yeah. So I really didn't think of studying abroad. I told my parents actually that the furthest that I'll go is only Singapore. But then it just happened so that my parents actually know Jeff, and then they just happened to know about Ireland. So I did some research on that after that. So I think Ireland, from the pictures that I saw from Google, right, it's just so pretty. It's a very pretty company. Sorry, a very pretty country.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit nervous. Okay, and then it's like full of greeneries, and then very pretty, and with four seasons. And in Malaysia it's always very hot. Yeah, so I just decided to like maybe just have to step out my comfort zone, and it's time to be independent. So I just decided to take this opportunity to go to Ireland. Yeah, basically that's how I ended up in Ireland lah. And then I know that Ireland is actually safer than a lot of the other countries. And then the tuition fees that's actually if you compare to other countries, the tuition fee is more affordable compared to the other countries like UK and US, right? Yeah, so I think it's quite a good like country to study in lah. I'll say.
Channing, I remember your mom or your dad called me at that time when you just left Malaysia and you were there about 2 weeks, and your mom called me and your mom was telling me that, sorry guys, I'm going to share with you a small secret of hers. She was crying literally 2 weeks. Yeah, she was crying, and but anyhow, God is good. She actually stayed true. She graduated after 4 years. But Channing, just wondering, I know you traveled so far from your home. How did you actually overcome this homesick syndrome? When you were there, how did you actually overcome it?
I actually had a very difficult time there lah. But
In the beginning.
it's in the beginning, like the first maybe I'll say 1 month, and it's the worst time. The worst time is before college started. So because you are there, because I was staying in a room, in a single ensuite room, and then I was there were only 2 Malaysians in my floor. So I was staying alone in my room, and then that is like you feel like, oh my God, I'm just alone here and I've got no friend. And then I just miss my parents, I miss my house, my family. Yeah. So it was quite difficult at the time, but then I think once you get used to it, and then I get to meet friends, and then I just hang out with my friends, and then I got used to it after some time, especially after school started. Then it's okay because I keep myself occupied, right, with studies and all those. Then I don't really feel like that lonely. But I think we are very lucky that we are in this era now that we can just video call, and we can still see my parents, we can still see each other. So it's like I'm still at home. Yeah, so it's okay lah. So basically, I will call my parents like almost every day if I can. So that's how I actually overcame this homesick problem. Yeah.
Right. Very good. Now, so how is the 4 years? Your 4 years. You're in Athlone in Ireland. How was the overall experience as you did your studies there?
Yeah, I think because I went there straight after my UAC, so I was from Chinese Independent High School. So I've never been to any colleges in Malaysia, so I can't really compare how's the studying life in Ireland and also in Malaysia. Right? Yeah, but it's really, really different compared to my high school, of course. So I think the most difficult part, is like English. So that because I am from a very Chinese family, and then I even studied in Chinese independent school, right? So Mandarin is actually my first language, and then my English, I'm just not so comfortable speaking English every day. Yeah, so you really have to focus a lot when you are in lectures, so that you understand what your lecturers are talking, and then you really need to focus to understand their accent. Yeah. So, but I think overall in AIT, the lecturers are very helpful because I was the only Malaysian in my course. So
Wow.
actually, the lecturers always like ask me whether how are you getting along with your friends? Do you have any problem, or do you face any difficulties here because you are alone? And all this, like, they are very caring and very helpful. So they'll just tell me, if you have anything, just reach out to me and I'll just help you. Yeah. So I think my
Right.
lecturers, even my classmates, they are also very nice. Whenever I have any
Yeah.
problem, I can just reach to them, and then I can just ask. They will just explain, and then like during exam times, we will just text in the group and say, oh, maybe tomorrow we can have a group study, and then we'll just study in the library together. Yeah, to prepare for exams. Yeah. So they are very, very nice and caring.
All right, that's fantastic. That's always very nice to hear when you have a very caring classmates, very caring academic team that support you. That's very important. Now, how about your living? I mean, it's not easy. You are away from Malaysia. You can't take rojak. You can't take char kway teow. You know, how is the living environment? And like what KY mentioned just now, it is kind of like very affordable to be in Athlone, to be in Ireland.
Yes.
How about your side? Can you share?
I think yes, it's actually quite affordable. But if you want to save more money, right? What I used to do was I cook myself and I cook with my housemates, so that we don't really need to like eat out, because eating out can be a bit more costly. So we just buy groceries and then cook. But there's also like Chinese store that you can
Right.
actually get some Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think you can ask them to cook, or like Chinese takeaway, or you can just buy ingredients and cook yourself. Yeah. So food wise, of course, you will still miss Malaysian food, but I think that's good enough that you can get a lot of things there already. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Athlone is actually not a very big city, right? It's a small town, let's say. There are only like two shopping centers. For girls, right? We always want to go for shopping, right? So there are only two shopping centers. But I think it can be a bit boring sometimes. But I think it's also good because we are there to study. So there's actually not much. So you don't have much time to like go shopping and all those, right? So you have less distractions, and then I think it's also good that it actually contributes to a lot of excitement when we actually got to go to the city like Dublin, or even go traveling somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think environment there is it's very quiet, very safe. So I actually pretty like it lah. I actually like Athlone.
But
But if
saying
you
that,
are a city person, don't worry. Also, you can just go to Dublin in like maybe you can go every week, and then it's just 2 hours by bus.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. And if even if you're very bored, also you can travel to other part of Europe, like what you did.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Oh my God, I
Yeah,
miss traveling now, especially because of this COVID, right? We are always at
yeah,
home.
yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So I've actually been to quite some countries lah, because we have our winter break, we have
Mm-hmm.
our Easter break, and also summer
Mm-hmm.
break. So I actually use that time to travel around, and it's actually not so expensive. I would say the flight ticket can be less than €100
Yeah.
for like return tickets. So I traveled quite a lot to like Italy, Spain. Yeah, quite
Lagi,
some places. Like what else?
France,
France,
Holland.
yeah, Paris, and then Amsterdam,
Wow, wow,
Croatia,
wow. Okay.
places. Because
Fantastic.
when I was in Malaysia before I went to Ireland, I actually feel like, oh, all these places, they are so far, and then I don't think I can be there in like maybe these few years, right? But then when I got to go to Ireland and got to study there, if you have the chance, just travel around, and because it's cheaper. It's not cheap, but cheaper compared to flying
Yeah.
from Malaysia. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Channing, just before we let you go, I mean, time is running short. We would love to see you more and talk to you more, but very unfortunate. But I mean, just last thing. There are many students who are going to Ireland, are considering to go to Ireland to Athlone. In fact, this year we have a few lining up, getting their getting them ready to go to Athlone. any last advice that you want to give to the new batch of students who are going to fly over to Athlone?
I'll say just enjoy yourself to the max, because as a student, and especially when you are out from your own country, right, out from your parents, you got the freedom. So just enjoy yourself to the max, because once you started working, it's very difficult to find time to actually like hang out with your friends and then go for parties and just so I would say just YOLO, whatever trips you have, whatever party that is organized by the school or your friends, just go, but subject to your own safety, of course.
Right,
and don't drink too much when you're in Ireland.
Good advice. Don't drink too much. Yeah. All right, Chen-Ling. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
No worries, no worries. We will hope to see you again one day. We will go and do a section where I'm going to do a interview for all the former graduates. So probably at the time when the time is nearer, I will let you know. We're going to meet with many students who are going to who has graduated from Ireland, and they're going to speak on their experiences. So thank you, Chen-Ling. All the best to you in your career, and have a good weekend. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Can we get either Carl or maybe KY? There are some questions that we need you all to help to answer. If you can come in to the room again. Okay, we're gonna answer some questions by the audience. I think Daniel Leong is hi Daniel Leong. Either one of you can share. Are there scholarships available from Athlone?
KY can answer.
Yeah. So there are a wide range of scholarship available from 10% up to 30%. So it all depends what kind of background you are from, and it's case by case basis. So you can try to get in touch with us, get in touch with Jeffrey, and then we can see based on your background, and then we give you the advice according to your maybe foundations or your UECs, or it's based on your background. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel, yeah, I hope that answer your question. Yeah, there are some discount available, so you can just always check with us.
Yeah, I'll follow up on KY. So we have scholarships for Malaysian students at UG, PG, and they are 10% to 30%. A big thing to note, and was in KY's presentation, is the cost of living in Athlone, where the institute is located, is substantially lower than other cities, or capital city and other cities in Ireland. So the accommodation, for example, would be about 50% lower than in Dublin City. So our students in Athlone, because the accommodation is right beside the campus, it's 2 to 5 minutes walking distance on average. They get to cook all their meals at home. They have no transport costs. They get to save a lot more money. And another advantage is that they actually go to a lot more classes. So we have a really high attendance rate in AIT, because if it's raining or if it's a bit cold outside and you're looking and you're only 2 minutes walking to college, you'd feel very guilty for staying in your bed. Where if you have to get up, cycle, get a bus, train, or commute to your college or your university, it's a bit more daunting. But for us, the big saving would be the fact that our accommodation is located right beside the institute, and the town itself is a very affordable place to live. So if you combine them together, you will see huge difference between the cost of studying in Athlone Institute of Technology versus a number of others in Dublin and other cities in Ireland, but even compared to UK, US, Australia, the other English-speaking countries. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to add on that, as a graduate just a few years back, you save a lot when you're in Athlone, because you, as Carl mentioned, you don't have to spend on travel, you don't have to spend on a lot of different expenses. You just stay beside the campus, so it's very, very affordable. And if you compare the total cost that you spend in somewhere else and in Athlone, is really big difference. So that's one of the big saving for you. And of course, we do offer scholarships. Yeah.
Okay, now let's go on to the next question. I think this one you can basically summarize. I think Shizi Wong, she's a bit more on the insurance part. She's asking, is there any waiting period for the insurance policy to cover COVID-19? No
Yeah,
other event?
yeah, we have we've covered that already, but it's a very important question. You need medical or health insurance before you come to Ireland as a student. It's compulsory. Okay, we've a list of providers that we can share. There's one of them that in the last couple of years it's about 150 to 180 euro for the full year. This has been reviewed and some could change. But if you get COVID, if you are a resident in Ireland, whether it's a student or working or you're Irish, Malaysian, whatever nationality, you are covered by the public health insurance for COVID cases. So you will get the best of treatment. And it's very unlikely that you get it, but we have the procedures and the policies in place that if you do, you are covered. Okay. So that's to answer that. It's separate to your medical insurance. It's covered by the public health.
Right. Is that okay to answer your question, Shizi Wong? I think the other statement that he put in here are just more or less related to what you were saying.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
just to add on, there are health center in the campus itself. So we have nurse and doctor in a health center, and also we have just a pharmacy just next to our campus. So you can get everything you need to see a nurse or you need to see a doctor. You need to get medicines. You can get everywhere just around the campus. So and also going for nurse is all free, and going for doctor is just a minimum charge, and it's all covered. So don't worry about your health over there. Yeah.
All right.
We have a fantastic health center, as KY said. There's our nurse Laura Tully, has been doing a fantastic job since the early spring, since the COVID, and the measures that she's introduced have been fantastic as well. So, as KY said, the nurse, our medical center is on our campus. It's free of charge. The doctor is heavily discounted, so it's about 15 euro. So that's about a saving of 40 to 45 euro there. And this is for AIT students. So I've been doing the job 10 years. I've seen students who've spent 3 years or 4 years doing an honours degree in Athlone and have pushed on, and the masters by research. Some of them finishing their PhD, so there could be 7 years in Athlone, and they haven't used the medical centre. So it depends. In Ireland, we are very active. We like sports, all that. But the international students and our Irish students, we have the health centre there for you. If you get a common cold or flu, it's there for you, and the nurse is there for you as well. So we have everything in place. I would be thinking positively. You're not going to catch COVID because we have the measures where, as an institute, we are going to make sure that our campus is safe as possible for our students and for our staff come September, October. So we will be introducing obviously social distancing measures, and everything will be taken into consideration for the health of you. So as long as you're not in close contact, you're following all the guidelines with your hand washing and your etiquette, you shouldn't be catching COVID. So it's as simple as that. If you look after yourself, it'll look after you. But I understand in Asia as well, especially using the public transport, and you're concerned of crowds and all that. Athlone is a very small place. It's 25 to 30,000 people. The Institute, we will make the measures that we won't have packed classrooms, that you will have your 2 meters distancing or whatever the guidelines are then. It could be 1 or 1.5, but we will follow every bit of health advice from our government and from the HSE. So very good questions like that.
Thank you. And Daniel is asking, how can I register with AIT? Wow.
Oh, great. Yeah, we'd like to hear that. Hi, Dan. So you contact Jeffrey after this, and it's very, very straightforward application procedure. An application form, you submit as all of your academic transcripts that you have. If you're waiting on some, we can wait on them. We can give conditional offers. So we can give conditional offers if you don't have your English, or if you don't have your final results, or anything that's outstanding. We've a very quick turnaround. We pride ourselves on having, within 3 working days, you'll have an offer. And that's something that not all universities or institutes can say. And Jeffrey can vouch for that. We're very quick. If there's any issues, we have a flexible approach, and that's down to working with Jeff and Shelley and Yongjing as well.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel, I hope that answered your question. Indeed, let me just summarize back the discussion that we had today, approximately 1 hour plus. Let me just thank Carl and KY spending your morning and your afternoon with us in this program, Global Reach. We hope that the audiences, they all have got more understanding of Ireland, more understanding on Athlone. Let me just summarize some of the key things that they have mentioned. Those of you who are interested in Ireland, remember, no visa is required, unlike other countries where you have to pre-apply and you have to wait for quite a while. But in Ireland, it's very straightforward. It's an English-speaking country, even though it's in Europe. If you realize that many countries in Europe that don't use English as a primary language, but in Ireland, I mean, you've seen Carl, how you can understand his English is very straightforward, and that's how the Irish speaks. Yeah, okay, there are definitely part-time jobs available. It will be enough, like what KY mentioned. 20 hours a week is definitely enough to cover your living, and of course there are many leading global companies in Ireland. Just Google. I can't lie to you, we can't lie to you, facts shows, Google it out, you will see how many IT companies are there in Ireland, how many pharmaceutical companies are there in Ireland, and these are all big mega companies who are establishing themselves. And so for that reason, job opportunities may be huge. I have got some students who are now working in Ireland, and they're sure to stay back, and I can give you some of these testimonies later on as we come to it. Of course, Athlone, we have heard of Athlone, many facilities available for you, very strong support system. And I think this is something that I like to hear from what KY was mentioning, and Carl was saying, and Channing was also saying. Student services, I think this is something that is so important. Many students who are going abroad to study, you will love to have a international office that supports you socially, in your welfare, in your studies, and Athlone has got that. I can tell you that I can tell you stories. Yeah, I've been there. I've got students going to Athlone every year since 2014. None of them have actually came back to me and gave me a bad feedback, and that's the reason why our confidence are so strong with Ireland, with Athlone. So I hope that would summarize everything that I want to share with you all. Thank you, Carl, Channing, KY. Appreciate your time. We have. Hey, can you all know that all 3 of them are actually AIT graduate? Awesome. A different batch, yeah. So it's fantastic, and it shows that if the alumni can contribute back to the welfare and the growth of the university, it shows that how well they're taken care of. And I think that is very important, right, guys?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Great summary. And I'd like to thank everyone for taking their time out to watch this morning. But most importantly, I'd like to thank Chen Ling for taking her time out and sharing her story with us.
No problem.
Yeah, and KY too.
Right. You can always get another staff like Channing.
Yes, if you have any opening.
He needs to watch out.
All right. Anyway, we're sign off with a video. We're gonna sign off with a video with Athlone. Before we go, I want to wish all our Muslim friends Selamat Hari Raya Adil Fitri. Wish you have a good time with your family. I know we're in the lockdown, but nevertheless, the lockdown will go off very soon. Have a good time, everyone. Good weekend, and see you all the next Global Reach. I'm Jeffrey. We are signing off. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I had the feeling that I should go to your island because I've heard a lot about the Irish culture.
I really wanted to improve his language, and I knew that coming here was the best option.
I I'm doing a Bachelor in International Business.
I'm studying mechatronics engineering.
I'm actually in my final year accounting. It is a group project where everyone is supposed to work together as a team.
There's like a lot of team-based learning in AIT.
You can actually team up with people that you don't know, so it's not only your friends, so you get to know them better.
I grew up in a city in Malaysia and everyone was rushing somewhere. Over here, everyone knew everyone's name. Like when you're walking down the street, they're like, "Hello, Mary, how are you?" And I really like it very much.
People here are very kind. You can work with them and you can also have some fun with them. So I think it's very good.
It was like a new experience for me to stay for months far from home. I was maybe quite scared at first.
We have friends here. It's like I have the Italians, the French, and the Irish as well.
In AIT, like they're always concerned about how's your study, how's your friend, do you miss your family and all. Like they do care.
We have student unions, so there's any problem we can just refer to them.
I'm too young to get homesick. Like I still have too many things to do.
I'm going to the gym 1 day out of 2. It's really amazing.
I like sport. I play badminton, so the facilities here is very good.
I often go to the river like every Sunday, and I go there and I buy some wraps in Tesco, then I go and feed the birds.
They take care of the place they live.
They have a few pubs and clubs.
It has everything a student needs.
There are 65 nationalities this year. They feel they're really involved or part of an international education environment. And I think that really helps them.
AIT in the long term produces job-ready graduates.
2 previous Malaysian students who studied in AIT got a job in one of the big 4 accounting firms. I was very much motivated to come here.
Yeah, it's definitely an experience of life and it's very, very useful for students to do this.
Learning about others instead of yourself, trying to see how far can you go, what is your limit, and can you face that challenge in future. That's the best part.